How to manage better. Your finances in your committed relationship. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt tension rise the moment money comes up in your relationship? Maybe it's a small disagreement about a recent Amazon package that suddenly turns into a heated debate about financial priorities. Or maybe it's the quiet, heavy distance that forms when one person starts to feel they're carrying more of the financial weight. A resentment that simmers beneath the surface of otherwise pleasant days. That sigh when the credit card statement arrives, the unspoken anxiety before a vacation about what it will cost, the subtle judgment over a daily coffee habit. These are the moments where money transcends its numerical value and becomes something far more potent. Money. It's not just numbers. It's emotions, expectations, childhood lessons, and sometimes, ego. It's a symbol of security, freedom, success, and control. In fact, research consistently shows that financial disagreements and stress are one of the top predictors of couple conflict and a leading cause of breakups and divorce. The arguments about money are often more intense, more damaging, and more likely to recur than fights about other topics. But here's the liberating truth. Money itself isn't the enemy. The real problem is rarely the amount in the bank account. It's how we manage it, how we communicate, how we plan, and how we align our deeply personal values around it. Financial discord is, at its core, a failure of collaboration and understanding. Today, we're diving deep into the art and science of how to manage your finances better in a committed relationship. This is not just a sterile guide to budgeting. This is a blueprint for transforming your financial dynamic from a source of conflict into a cornerstone of your partnership. The goal isn't merely to avoid fights, but to build a profound financial harmony that actively strengthens your bond. Because when two people learn to manage money with love, respect, and a shared vision, they don't just survive together, they thrive together, building a life that is not only financially secure, but emotionally rich. Part 1. The Money Conversation. Unpacking the emotional baggage. Let's start with the fundamental hurdle. Why is talking about money so uniquely uncomfortable for so many couples? Why does a topic as mundane as a grocery bill have the power to trigger such deep-seated anxiety and defensiveness? The answer is simple yet profound. Money isn't neutral. Every dollar you earn, save, or spend is filtered through a complex web of personal history, emotional associations, and unconscious beliefs. For one partner, spending money on a nice dinner might represent a well-deserved celebration of life and connection. For the other, that same expense might trigger a wave of anxiety about scarcity and future instability. These differences aren't random, they are forged in the fires of our upbringing. Consider your own money story. Did your family discuss finances openly at the dinner table, or was it a secretive, hushed topic? Did you grow up with a sense of abundance, or was there a constant undercurrent of worry? Were you rewarded with money, or was it used as a tool for control? The answers to these questions shape your financial personality. One person might be a saver, deriving a deep sense of security from a growing bank balance. Another might be a spender, associating money with joy, experience, and immediate gratification. Neither is inherently right or wrong, but when these unconscious scripts collide without discussion, conflict is inevitable. So here is the non-negotiable foundation. Habit number 1. Cultivate open communication about money habits. If you never proactively talk about money, it will eventually talk for you, through explosive arguments, simmering tension, or the cold silence of resentment. The first step is to break the silence intentionally and compassionately. This begins not with a forensic audit of each other's spending, but with a forward-looking, values-based conversation. Start by asking simple but powerful questions together in a calm, neutral moment. What kind of life do we want to build, and what role does money play in that vision? What are our top priorities as a couple? Is it travel, owning a home, financial independence, starting a family, or philanthropic giving? What are we willing to sacrifice now for a stronger, more secure future? The key is to frame these discussions around shared dreams, not individual failures. Don't let these talks be reactive, happening only when a bill is due or an overdraft alert pings. Be proactive. Schedule them. Call them money dates, a concept we'll expand on later. Create a safe, judgment-free zone, perhaps over a relaxing coffee on a Sunday morning or a casual dinner at home. The primary goal of this initial date isn't to assign blame or nitpick expenses, but to dream and plan together. And most importantly, radical honesty is paramount. This is the time to lay all your cards on the table. Share your debts, student loans, credit card balances, car payments. Share your financial habits, the good and the bad. Share your fears, the terror of not having enough, the anxiety of market volatility, the pressure to provide. Share your goals, the seemingly far-fetched dream of early retirement, the desire to support your parents, the wish to write a novel without financial pressure. Transparency in this arena builds immense trust. Secrecy destroys it. There's a reason financial experts and relationship coaches alike warn against financial infidelity. It starts small, a hidden credit card statement, a lie about the cost of a new gadget, a secret online shopping habit. But just like emotional infidelity, these secrets breed a corrosive mistrust that can damage the foundation of love more profoundly than many realize. The message secrecy sends is not just, "I spent money, but I don't trust you with the truth." So before you fully merge your lives, you must merge your honesty. Part 2. Shared goals, shared growth, building your collective vision. Once you've pried open the lines of communication and begun to understand each other's financial psychology, the next step is to channel that understanding into a concrete, shared direction. Because managing money as a couple isn't just about responsibly paying bills. It's about actively building a shared vision for your future. It's about transforming abstract dreams into a tangible roadmap. This is where you move from talking to planning. Ask yourselves, what are our short-term goals, 1 to 2 years? Maybe it's saving for a dream vacation, paying off a specific credit card, building a robust emergency fund, or furnishing your apartment. What are our long-term dreams? 5, 10, 20 plus years. This could include buying a home, funding children's education, achieving financial independence, starting a business together, or ensuring a comfortable retirement. The act of writing these goals down is powerful. It moves them from the realm of vague wishes into the domain of committed intentions. Post them on your refrigerator or save them in a shared digital note. This list becomes your why, the North Star that guides your daily financial decisions. Next, create a plan that connects your daily choices to those grand goals. This is the how. If your goal is a $5,000 vacation in 18 months, you now have a tangible reason to cook at home more often or cancel an unused subscription. That $50 saved isn't just $50. It's a contribution to your future memory bank. This reframing turns deprivation into purpose and sacrifice into teamwork. Crucially, remember that life is not a static spreadsheet. Jobs shift, emergencies happen, children arrive, and priorities evolve. A goal that felt imperative 1 year might feel less important the next. This is why you must revisit your financial goals regularly. Make this a part of your ongoing money dates. Discuss adjustments together without judgment. Did a medical bill derail your savings plan? Recalibrate together. Did one of you get a raise? Decide together how to allocate that new resource. And this is perhaps the most overlooked step. Celebrate the small wins. Did you finally pay off that student loan? Go out for a nice dinner. Did you hit your emergency fund goal? Acknowledge the achievement. Every goal you achieve together, no matter how small, strengthens the muscle of trust and collaboration. It provides positive reinforcement, proving that you are an effective team. It's not just about the money, it's about the momentum you build as a united front. Part 3. Merging finances. The art of mindful integration, not forced fusion. Now, let's talk about one of the most tangible and often delicate transitions in any committed relationship, the act of merging your finances. For some couples, this step feels like a natural and exciting progression of their union. For others, it can feel terrifying, evoking fears of lost autonomy and potential conflict. So here's the key. Don't rush it. Merge mindfully. There is no one-size-fits-all model, and the right approach is the one that feels respectful and sustainable for both of you. The all-in method, where all income goes into a single joint account, can work beautifully for couples who have achieved a high degree of financial transparency and shared values. It embodies a "what's mine is ours" philosophy. However, it can also become a source of friction if one partner feels the need to justify every small personal purchase. A highly popular and often more balanced approach is the yours, mine, and ours system. This involves maintaining individual personal accounts while also creating a joint account for shared expenses. Here's how it typically works. 1. The joint account. This account is funded by predetermined contributions from each partner and is used exclusively for shared, essential expenses. This includes rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, joint savings goals, and dates. 2. The personal accounts. Each partner maintains their own separate checking account. Their paychecks may be deposited here first, with an automatic transfer to the joint account, or vice versa. The money in these personal accounts is theirs to manage autonomously, no questions asked. This covers personal hobbies, clothing, gifts for each other, lunches with friends, and anything else that falls outside the shared expenses. This hybrid model creates a powerful trifecta of benefits. Shared responsibility. Both partners are actively and visibly contributing to the household's financial engine. Mutual accountability. The joint account requires ongoing communication about cash flow and spending, fostering transparency. Personal freedom. It preserves individual autonomy, allowing each person to spend on their personal desires without guilt or the need for permission. This respects the fact that love doesn't mean losing your individuality. It means learning to coexist with transparency and respect. But what if one partner earns significantly more? This is where another layer of mindful conversation is required. An honest talk about what fairness looks like is essential. Fair does not always mean a rigid 50-50 split of expenses. If one partner earns $100,000 and the other $50,000, splitting the $3,000 rent equally would place a disproportionate burden on the lower-earning partner. A fairer approach might be to contribute to shared expenses proportionally based on income. In this case, the higher earner would contribute roughly 66%, $2,000, and the lower earner 34%, $1,000. This reflects a philosophy of equal sacrifice and respect for each other's financial reality, rather than a strict mathematical equality. When you merge money with this level of mindfulness and fairness, you turn finances from a potential stress point into a powerful symbol of your unity and mutual support. Part 4. Financial education, the unseen pillar of stability and peace. Here's something many couples tragically overlook in their financial journey: the power of shared financial education. The vast majority of us were never formally taught how to manage money. We learned through a chaotic process of trial, error, observation, and sometimes regret. We inherited habits, both good and bad, without a foundational understanding of the principles behind them. This knowledge gap is a primary source of anxiety and conflict. Arguments about investing, for example, are often rooted in one partner's risk aversion versus another's appetite for growth, a dynamic fueled by a lack of shared understanding. But here's the good news: you can learn together. Making financial education a joint project is one of the most empowering things you can do for your relationship. It moves you from a place of reacting to fear and misinformation to a place of proactive, confident management. Decide to become students of finance as a team. Read a foundational personal finance book together, one chapter at a time, and discuss it. Listen to a financial podcast during your weekly commute and talk about the key takeaways. Watch online tutorials about specific topics like investing, taxes, or home buying. Attend a free financial workshop offered by a bank or community center. The topic of discussion isn't just the material itself, but how does this apply to us? What does this mean for our goals? Perhaps one of you takes the lead on understanding retirement accounts, while the other delves into optimizing your credit score. You become a specialized team, pooling your newfound knowledge. Because when you both grow in financial wisdom, you're not just managing money, you're mastering the mindset around it. You replace anxiety with understanding and conflict with collaboration. You develop a shared vocabulary and a unified strategy. And that is where true and lasting financial peace begins. Part 5. The Power of Money Dates. Ritualizing connection over cash. One of the most transformative habits a couple can adopt is the institutionalization of the money date. This takes the concept of a financial meeting and elevates it from a dreaded chore to a structured positive ritual. The goal is to transform a potentially stressful activity into an opportunity for connection and aligned action. Here's how to make it work. 1. Schedule it. Set a recurring, monthly appointment in your shared calendar. Treat it with the same importance as a doctor's appointment or a dinner with friends. This prevents the "we need to talk about money" conversation from happening at a bad time, like when you're tired or stressed. 2. Set the scene. Choose a low-stress time and place. Saturday morning over coffee and pastries, or Thursday evening with a glass of wine. The environment should feel calm and conducive to conversation, not like an interrogation room. 3. Create an agenda. A little structure prevents the meeting from devolving. A simple agenda could be, gratitude and wins. 5 minutes. Start with the positive. What went well financially this month? What are we proud of? This sets a collaborative tone. Review. 15 minutes. Quickly review your spending from the previous month against your budget. Use a budgeting app or a simple spreadsheet. The goal is not to shame, but to observe and understand. Interesting. We spent more on dining out than we planned. Was that because of our anniversary? Should we adjust our budget or be more mindful next month? Look forward. 10 minutes. Discuss any anticipated expenses for the upcoming month. A car service, a birthday gift, an insurance payment. This helps you plan and avoid surprises. Dream and recalibrate. 5 minutes. Briefly revisit your shared goals from part 2. Are we on track? Do we need to adjust our timeline or our strategy? This keeps the long-term vision alive. By turning your financial review into a predictable, agenda-driven, and positively framed ritual, you drain it of its emotional volatility. You learn to talk about money calmly and productively. And when you can do that, you reinforce the powerful truth that you can talk about anything. Part 6. Keeping the balance. Ensuring money serves love, not rules. As we wrap up this comprehensive guide, let's return to the most fundamental principle, the overarching mantra for your financial relationship. Money should be a tool that serves your relationship, not a master that rules it. Let's be honest, the process of managing money together will never be effortless. There will be unexpected setbacks, disagreements, and moments of stress. But here's what's infinitely harder: losing the warmth and trust in a relationship because of silence, secrets, or stress that could have been solved with dedicated teamwork. Every strategy discussed here is in service of that higher goal. Create budgets that guide your spending toward your shared dreams, not ones that restrict your joy. Save responsibly for tomorrow, but remember to celebrate and enjoy the fruit of your labors today. Plan for the future with discipline, but remain present and flexible enough to embrace the spontaneous moments that make life worth living. Never forget, the ultimate goal of this entire exercise is not just to have more money in your bank account. It is to build more life, more love, more security, and more adventure together. The financial plans you create are merely the scaffolding for the life you are building. The budget is a map, but you and your partner are the co-navigators on a shared journey. In the end, the real wealth isn't measured in the balance of your investment accounts. The real profound wealth is found in your alignment, in the deep, trusting knowledge that you are a team, facing the world together with a unified vision, mutual respect, and a plan that you built, side by side. That is a fortune that no market crash can diminish and no unexpected expense can erase. Thank you for investing your time in this journey toward financial harmony. If this guide spoke to you, share it with your partner or someone you know who's navigating the complex waters of finances in their relationship. The conversation is the first step. and sometimes a shared resource can be the perfect catalyst. And now, a question for you to ponder, perhaps to discuss on your very first money date. What is one step you will take this week to strengthen your financial harmony? Until next time, remember, love doesn't just happen. It is built, and it thrives most abundantly where trust, transparency, and unwavering teamwork meet. Settings. Use YouTube audio library. Only use a male voice for the narrator.